boils a little hotter. As we'll see, the Arizona State Sun Devils taking on the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Ducks will kick it away first. He'll bring it out. It's Massey. He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Power football with the run. Got the first down. Looking for more. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Sun Devils just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Might as well give it to him again. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yet, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises. And I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across.
There he goes. He goes out of bounds right at midfield.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Sun Devils will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's the give off the left side.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Brown will throw it. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Massey. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Give to Brown. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Taking it the other way. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
I love the defense's approach approach on this drive. They didn't panic. They gave up some yards, but what did they do? They forced a third down, a predictable situation, played great discipline, broke on the football, and forced the big interception.
Quick completion on the out.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. The Ducks will punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Kick is in the air. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. The interception stopped the threat, and the return even better as he crosses midfield and gets it to the 49.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Lawson. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Got it in the middle, it's Sutton. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
And the Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, give on the inside. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Sutter. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, look, I know this guy's not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. The Ducks kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll run it from the gun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Nowhere as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Absolutely center cut. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Utah found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win. But this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Salt Lake City. All that speculation all week, and now we know. And something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that. It sounds as if they had a good one there. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. The run to the left. Picks his way ahead. He'll get 5 out to the 17-yard line.
Really nice play call by the offense, too. Obviously, your quarterback's thrown picks on his last 2 drives, so you have to settle him down. And the best way to settle down a quarterback is to get the running game going. Put it on the big fellas up front. Put it on your backs. That's a really nice run.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. So they've put up some early points, and now to build on this 3-0 lead. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and goal.
Get set, get set.
Quarterback on the keeper. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. And the Ducks will hustle to the line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Touchdown, Ducks! Fit it in the window for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these 2 guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these 2 guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game day.
He'll start the return inside his 5. What a play by this offense. Finally out of bounds, and a perfect... to wrap up the first quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw, it's McDaniel. He will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
And the Sun Devils trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Going to swing it on second down. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Second down, he'll throw it. Takes a shot as he lets it go. He's got an open man. It's a running room. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Arizona State. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
And I love the play call. Oftentimes offensively, you like to throw the football deep down in your own end and take shots because you're anticipating man coverage. So if you get a receiver that can get behind the defense, that has a chance to be a home run type play. And you saw it work out exactly that way right there.
And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Rush is on him. Breaks into the open. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Oregon.
This quarterback is so good at creating. When plays break down, things aren't perfect. He has the ability to buy time, use his athleticism, and torch a defense, and he did it right there with his legs.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinator. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Delivers the stiff arm. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Here's the pressure. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
They're dealing with a second and long. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Looking to pass. It's McDaniel. Got it in the middle. It's Massey. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Going deep. Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Sun Devils. He got it loose, and it was lights out after that.
Well, as a defense, you know you're going to see the go-route, especially against this guy. He does it to defenses, it seems, every single week, and so they're not able to get back deep enough to get run by. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone. They're going to have to change up their coverage and get some safety help up over the top because this guy's speed is a problem.
And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a big play up top, going 63 yards to the house. And he's not going to take the touchback. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Has it back, and here comes the offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Line getting set on second down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Oh, he's got some space. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Quarterback extends the play. Now he'll turn one loose back to the middle. He holds it in, and nobody's close. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Makes a grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He'll do it himself. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
That's what's so great about these QB runs. They just chip away at the defense. And as this game goes on, these little QB runs, they're going to help keep third downs manageable for this offense.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. He's got it. He steps out of bounds, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Quarterback sneaks ahead. Sneaks it in.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much in the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Tennessee left little doubt. You know, this version of the Volunteers can hang with any of the teams in the past. And remember, this is a program that went 13-0 en route to a national title back in 1998. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. McDaniel. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll throw again after the incompletion. Finds the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On third down, he drops to throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
Well, nice job that time by the defense locking in. You've seen earlier in this drive, this quarterback make some plays with his feet. That time, though, the defense was ready for it. They weren't able to sack him right away, but they stuck with him, forced him to scramble. They're able to get to him and bring him down.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
The RPO, it's complete. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that third down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Defense going to stop the clock for the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Sun Devils line up to punt it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Looking to throw on first down. He wants to take the top off. Got it inside the 10. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. They'll go to the air. Fires into the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Picked picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply ran out.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Sun Devils with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. To the air, it's McDaniel. Fires to the middle. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown Ducks! What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Pulls it in. It's Barnes. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Sun Devils will kick it away to crank up the second half. Looks like he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical.
Turning it on! And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
The Ducks, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. To the ground. He's got it again. He's got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the snap, it's Sutter. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
The Ducks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. They'll try the run. It's a fumble on the play. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Racing down the left side. 10. Touchdown, Arizona State. And they turn it into a defensive score. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. It'll be 3rd and long. Go. From the gun, wants to pass. Takes his shot. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Bust through behind his pad. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
Plucks it out of the air. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
And the Sun Devils can really attack on this 2nd and short. Brown wants to pass. Moving away from pressure. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the 2nd half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you get...
There he goes! And he's brought down after a nice game.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Looking to take a shot. Brings it inside the 10. Touchdown, Oregon! And the stomping has commenced. This dude is revving his engine like that duck coming out on a motorcycle. He is putting up points and finding the promised land.
And it's nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, they just keep finding at Oregon as trigger men. Not only throw the football, but guys who can pick them up and put them down and make big plays.
Coming out with it, it's Brown. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way.
He's loose. He's at the 40. The 20. What a play there, and he's got it all the way down to the 7-yard line. The Sun Devils want to pick up the tempo. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. They'll run it to the left here, looking for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Sun Devils! Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
Getting aggressive here and going for 2. They'll try to slam it in. He's not going to get it in, and the lead will remain 18 as they were trying to make this a 2-possession game. After that score, they'll try to build some momentum here in the 3rd quarter and get it back with an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. He'll ride his man on the option. Good pick up there. He gets enough for the 1st down. Keeping it yourself on the option is a great decision when you have quarterbacks like the ones the Ducks have had forever, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, Darren Thomas, Jeremiah Masoli, that guy Marcus Mariota, he was pretty dang good, too. Just the list goes on and on and on about guys that are at the quarterback spot that can run, that are playmakers, and they've done as good a job as anybody in the country finding those guys and using their strengths.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
And the Ducks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll keep it on the ground. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
3rd and long from the 30-yard line in this defense, hoping to knock them out of field goal range. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
The Ducks will go for it on 4th down.
Here we go.
Wants to adjust the pattern. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Hit as he throws. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Brown will throw it. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
And the Sun Devils now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Using his legs, it's Reeder. Hard running there. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He'll heave it deep. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State.
And I'm pretty sure the card usually tells you to punt in this situation, backed up on your own end. But forget that. We're going to be aggressive. And how about the deep shot down the field on fourth down? You make the play and get the huge explosive touchdown for this offense. Risk it for the biscuit, baby.
Brown wants to pass. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap it off with a play that can build momentum, a 78-yard touchdown pass. And he's going to bring this one out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Looking for room. It's Sutter. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
The Ducks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And down he goes back at the 3.
Well, the offense obviously already in bad field position. The defense can smell blood in the water. Just look at the defenders pin their ears back and get after this quarterback. Wow.
Off play action. Bringing the heat. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So now things a bit harder after that delay of game penalty, and now you got to worry about getting it out of the shadow of your own goalpost. And the Ducks send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets it away from his own end zone. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Brown will throw it. Release to the back. Makes the grab. It's Reeder. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. So first down will open up the final period. Looking for room. It's Reeder. Finds a crease at the 20. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And the comeback is on.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Oklahoma was able to ride away on that Sooner schooner with the win, but not necessarily without a few bumps along the way. Man, nothing in college football is easy. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Has it back, and here comes the offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
And this offense, you can tell, just still feeling confident. Like, they have the lead. It's the 4th quarter. First down, that's not a running play. That's a passing play. They're really in a rhythm, feeling good about themselves.
1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Going to try to get it himself. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
Yeah, and I like the quarterback's quick decision-making, puts it on the ground, decides to take it himself, goes, gets the necessary yardage, first down.
The Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. He leaves it with his back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Now he's looking to throw it. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Now he'll fire back into the middle. He's got it! And defense got gas, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
And they did everything right in this 4-minute type situation, trying to bleed the clock. First you get the completion, Then you get the first down, and you stay in bounds. You could not execute that play any better.
Gets the back moving. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I know you took a loss on first down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against a defense that knows you're going to do it.
So now it's 2nd and long.
Get set, get set.
Caught over the middle. It's Perry. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
The biggest rule change for me, if I could make one in all of college football, would be illegal man downfield. And when they run these RPO plays and those linemen start to creep further and further down the field, I would love for the refs to call those more often. It's a cheating play, basically, running these RPOs. So hard to stop. Nice execution by the offense, but probably cheating too.
And he's going to lose yardage on the play. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. As they come to the line on 2nd down, ordinarily you might go up top, but they need to keep this one on the ground, keep that clock winding. Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Perry. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
The Ducks enter the final minute of play, trying to run out the clock. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Give to the running back. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And now it'll take a touchdown to at least tie them a 6-point lead here in the 4th. That last field goal was a big one. Now it takes a touchdown to beat them. You want to pin them back on the kickoff here. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Brown wants to pass. Pressure coming. Blasted as he lets it go. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call.